Hello students, welcome back to Semstar online learning classes. I am Diksha Kesarwani, your English teacher. Today we will be discussing the second chapter of your English main course book of class 8th, that is Feathered Friend. And this is part 1 of the lesson. So we will quickly revise whatever I have told you in the previous video. So, as I told you that this text is adapted from a story written by Arthur Charles Clarke, right? As the title suggests, Feathered Friend. So, students, this story is about a bird, a canary bird. Its name is Claribel. First, this bird was taken as an uninvited and unauthorized guest to a space station. But later, this bird proved to be a friend to all the crew members present there because it saved the life of all the crew members from an impending disaster. So, as I have told you that before studying any lesson, we should first know the pronunciation drill of words, right? So the first word over here is canary. It is not canary, it is canary. Okay. Second word is Claribel. Third one is Sven Osen. Fourth one is melody, not melody, it's melody. Fifth one is leisurely. Sixth one is sheer. Again I am repeating, it is canary. Second one is Claribel. Third one is Sven Osen. Fourth one is melody. Fifth one is leisurely. And sixth one is sheer. So now what you have to do is you have to keep a pen or pencil and a notebook in front of you all, and whatever I am telling you, whatever is important or whatever meaning I am telling you, whichever word meaning I am telling you, you have to write in your notebook. Is it clear? So let's begin. The narrator is surprised to discover a canary in the space station. But how did it get there? Read on to find out. Now, one thing arises over here that what were they doing in the space station? So the answer to this question is that space stations are used to study the effects of long-term space flight on the human body. So they also serve as a platform for extended scientific studies or scientific research. So they went over there to do certain studies, to do certain experiments, some scientific experiments, right? To the best of my knowledge, there's never been a rule that forbids one to keep pets in a space station. And even had such a rule existed, I'm quite certain that Sven Osen would have ignored it. But I must admit that his selection was very sensible. Claribel waited practically nothing. Her food requirements were minimal. Minimal over here means what? Very little. And she was not worried, as most animals would have been, by the absence of gravity. Absence of gravity over here means no gravity. Or you can say the sensation of weightlessness experienced in space when there is no force which causes things to drop to the ground, like on Earth, because over there we don't have gravity, right? So here the narrator was surprised to see a canary in a space station. He was quite certain that one of his crew members, called Sven, had brought this bird while coming from Earth in a spacecraft to the space station. But He did not say anything to Sven because he knew that carrying a pet like a bird canary was not at all a problem. And of course, there had been no rule that nobody could bring a pet to a space station, and that too a pet like canary, a small bird, not at all a problem because of the weight of a canary, which was negligible, so it would not be affected by the absence of gravity. Moreover, the food requirements of the bird was also very little. I hope this much is clear to everyone. Now let's move to second paragraph. I first became aware that Clarabelle was aboard the space station when I was sitting in my office, checking through my list to decide what items we would be running out of next, when I heard the musical whistle beside my ear. I assumed that it had come over the station intercom and waited for an announcement to follow. It didn't. Instead, there was a long and involved pattern of melody that made me look up with such a start. It was then that I had my first view of Clarabelle. So, over here, the narrator wants to say that for the first time, the narrator saw this bird when he was sitting in his working, that is, space station. He heard the peeping and whistling of the bird. He was surprised, very surprised, that from where this noise is coming. Then he found what? He found Clarabelle over there. I hope this much is clear to everyone. She was a small yellow canary, hanging in the air, as motionless as a hummingbird, and with much less effort, for her wings were quietly folded along her sides. We stared at each other for a minute. Then, before I had quite recovered my wits, she did a curious kind of backward loop no earthbound canary had ever managed, and departed with a few leisurely flicks. It was quite obvious that she had already learned how to operate in the absence of gravity and did not believe in doing unnecessary work. So, over here, when the narrator found the bird, he was surprised to see the bird because it was a small yellow colored canary bird, very small, motionless, and floating in zero gravity. It was very pretty. And the most important thing about the bird was that it had learned how to survive in zero gravity. And the bird was not disturbing anyone and was not doing any harm. Sven didn't confess to her ownership for several days, and by that time it no longer mattered because Clarabelle was a general pet. He had smuggled her up on the last ferry from Earth. When he came back from leave, partly he claimed, out of sheer scientific curiosity, he wanted to see just how a bird would operate when it had no weight but could still use its wings. Then what happened? For the next few days, Sven did not confess that he was the one who brought the canary from Earth to the spaceship. But what was the reason to bring a bird in the spaceship? Was it a part of an experiment or it was something else? So the answer to this question is that there was a scientific curiosity behind it. He just wanted to know that how a bird would behave in zero gravity, when it would have no weight, and at the same time can it use its wing. That was just the reason that he carried the bird to the space station. But later it was revealed that Sven was the one to bring Canary to the space station. Clarabelle thrived and grew healthy. On the whole, we had little trouble concealing our unauthorized guests when VIPs from Earth came visiting. A space station has more hiding places than you can count. The only problem was that Clarabelle got rather noisy when she was upset. We sometimes had to think fast to explain the curious peeps and whistles that came from ventilating shafts and storage bulkheads. There were a couple of narrow escapes, but then who would dream of looking for a canary in a space station? Now, the meaning of this paragraph is that the crew members became very friendly with the canary. The only problem was to hide the bird when some of the VIP members from Earth came visiting to the space station. That too was not a problem because a space station had many hiding places where they can hide the bird. Only the problem was the noise which was made by Clarabelle when she was upset. But the crew members were very smart. They had an answer for every noise and they handled the situation very well. They had enough answers for these peepings and whistlings, so they can handle the situation very well, in short, because no one could even think that a canary would be in a space station. I hope this much is clear to everyone, right? I will stop here. In the next video, we will discuss the part 2 of this lesson. Till then, if you are unable to understand anything, you can ask me in the comment section. Till then, keep learning, keep practicing. Thank you and have a nice day.